Flyers in Pittsburgh. And Holmgren has to say, I'm sorry, I can't take your call. There's 10,000 people booing me.
They just better hope he stays on the draft floor. He can still go.
And you know, Pierre, we were here for that first round series with the Flyers and Penguins, that wild, up and down, bitter series. And Philly Pitt, it doesn't matter, baseball, football, hockey, what it is, nasty.
Oh, it's on, and it's going to be on for a long time. Everybody will remember Claude Giroux's hit on Sidney Crosby to start Game 6. That's going to carry over to next year.
Highest-ranked player still on the board, Olli Määttä, the defenseman from the London Knights.
And by the way, the Flyers have a connection to London as well, because their parent company, Comcast, manages the London Knights Arena. They've got a great familiarity with the London organization.
And Dennis Patterson, one of their top amateur scouts, lives not too far down the road in Plymouth, Michigan. He sees a lot of the London Knights.
Well, I was going to thank the city of Pittsburgh for their warm welcome. The Philadelphia Flyers are proud to select from Oshawa and the Canadian Hockey League, Scott Laughton.
Scott Laughton of the Oshawa Generals.
Big centerman.
The young man who played the shutdown role for Team Canada at the Ivan Halinka tournament in consecutive games. Shut down Mikhail Grigorenko of the Russians and Philip Forsberg of the Swedes as Canada went on to win the gold medal. Now, we said earlier he had a lot of help from the shutdown pair of Slater Kuku and Matt Dumba. But this guy was overlooked a little bit early in the year. Got off to a slow start with the Oshawa Generals, in part because he was playing behind Andy Andrioff, who came back from the LA Kings as an overage, and Boone Jenner, the Columbus Blue Jackets second-round pick. So he wasn't put in a role. When Boone Jenner got injured partway through the year, Laughton's offensive game really took off, and he started getting a lot more recognition.
You had him rated 28th, Bob, but this isn't the first time the Flyers have taken players who are rated a little lower. Remember Claude Giroux and others. Philadelphia, Pierre, you could argue, is the best drafting team in the NHL right now.
No question about it. I totally concur with that. When you think about Laughton, Bob touched on it a little bit. He's nasty to play against. They stole Sean Couturier last year as he was a slider, and you watch how this player plays. Shutdown guy, physical presence, identifies his targets, blocks shots. So you look at Philadelphia going forward. Claude Giroux in the one hole. Couturier at some point will replace Briere, and then Scott Laughton will be in the three hole. This is a tremendous acquisition by Philadelphia. I think they really wanted to try to get Tom Wilson. They weren't able to get him. To go for the next available guy that can play in that role.
And you know who his favorite player is? Mike Richards. And you know who he plays like?
Also very popular here in Pittsburgh.
And you know who he plays like?
I agree with you, Bobby. I really do.
He plays like Mike Richards as well. And again, that's a tough comparison because Mike Richards has won just about everything there is to win. But this guy plays a real strong two-way game. Good lacrosse player from Oakville, Ontario. Very first fight he ever had, Pierre, you should know this, since he fought Tom Wilson when they played in the GTHL in minor midget. So if you're going to pick a guy to drop the gloves with, you might as well pick somebody who's pretty tough.
And he played minor midget for the Toronto Marlies, one of the better minor midget programs in all of Canada.
The captain of that team.
Well, you know what?
It's on now, Gordo.
If it pans out the way he hopes it does, it won't be the last time he gets booed in Pittsburgh.